Hey there, I'm Sara Zarella, a portrait and wedding photographer and your host for Wedding Secrets Unveiled. This is a podcast where we cut through the complexity of wedding planning, leaving you with everything you need to know directly from the industry experts. If you want to simplify your wedding planning while having fun, of course, you came to the right place. Join me while I guide you through your planning, starting from your engagement to your big day where you say, I do. After photographing for the past 19 years, I am sharing with you tips and tricks to cut through the excess noise because I believe from the moment you said yes, your planning experience should be a magical time in your life. Here you will find episodes that are fun, stress-free, and straight to the point with a fresh, honest take on the reality of what you really need to know about planning your perfect day. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Wedding Secrets Unveiled podcast, friends. Today's episode is a little different. We will be speaking with Elmer, who is the lead photographer at the Little Vegas Chapel. Have you ever thought about eloping, getting married, renewing your vows, or even doing a pretend wedding in Vegas? This is the podcast episode for you. Or let's say you're not even going to Vegas and you just want to hear some fun stories. Sit back, relax, and get ready to have some jaw-dropping wow moments with my conversation with Elmer on this week's episode of Wedding Secrets Unveiled. Well, welcome back to Wedding Secrets Unveiled podcast, friends. I am your host, Sara Zarella, and I am excited to be speaking today with Elmer.
Hi, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to talk with you. I think we're going to have a really fun show for our listeners. I mean, when you just think of Vegas, right? I mean,
it's all a big party.
Oh, yeah, and just a big smile comes on your face. Mm-hmm. So with that said, can you tell our listeners a little bit about who you are, who you serve, and what you do in your business?
Yeah, so my name is Elmer Turcios. I am the lead photographer here at the Little Vegas Chapel. We are the only full-service wedding chapel in Las Vegas, to my knowledge. We perform weddings for about 10% of the weddings that take place in Las Vegas every single day.
I love it. So how long have you been doing this for?
Let's see, I've been doing this for about 5 years now. Yeah, I've done I'm coming up on 8,000 weddings now.
8,000?
8,000, yeah.
I am assuming that you've seen a lot.
There's nothing I haven't seen. It's easier to list off what I haven't seen.
So what we'll do for our listeners is at the end of the show, I think we should tell some stories. And you need to share some wacky, fun stories with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll be great.
All right. Well, perfect. So let's get right into it. Tell us a little bit about the Little Vegas Chapel.
Sure. So the Little Vegas Chapel opened 10 years ago, about 1 month ago, actually. We had our 10-year anniversary. It is probably the most successful chapel in Las Vegas. We, like I said, perform about 10% of the weddings that take place in Las Vegas every day. And we do all types of different weddings. We can go for the traditional route. We can do an Elvis wedding if you want. We even have a couple other impersonators. So maybe Marilyn Monroe will make an appearance at your wedding, or maybe a couple Draculas or a monster, a dinosaur, maybe something like that.
Tell me why you think that the Little Vegas Chapel has evolved into the number one Vegas chapel.
It is all about the team here. It's all about the family. We all love weddings. We all love what we do, and we all love each other. And that sort of family environment really translates to the business. And we are probably the most customer service forward chapel in Las Vegas.
Interesting. Okay. How many chapels are over there in Las Vegas, roughly?
I don't know. Roughly on the street that we have about 50 chapels in our street alone. And then there's also those are just little independent chapels. We also have the ones that are inside every casino. Every hotel has one. Golf courses all have at least one wedding chapel. Some of them have up to 5 that I know of. Pretty much any place that exists in Las Vegas can be used as a wedding venue.
So why do you think that Vegas has so many chapels, venues? Why do you feel that they are the wedding capital of the world?
So on paper, the answer is really just, it's easy. It's just easy. You can come in and get your marriage license and get permission to get married in about 1 hour. All you really need is a form of identification. So a passport or a driver's license. And once you have that marriage license, you can get married pretty much anywhere in Las Vegas. But the real reason is it's in everybody's hearts. We are just the biggest, happiest party city ever. And if you're coming to have a good time, you may as well celebrate your love too.
It's it's funny because like when you think of Las Vegas, you're right. Like it's a smile, right?
Yeah.
But you said something very interesting. So logistically, is it different to get married in Nevada than it is anywhere else in the country?
Yes. So in Las Vegas, well, in Nevada, it's a lot quicker. You can get married, you can get your marriage license and get married in that same 2 hour span. Everywhere else, there's generally like a waiting period. Sometimes you have to do a blood test. We don't really do that here.
So really, people can just go to Vegas and then just decide to get married, and then 2 hours later they're married.
Yeah, if they qualify for it, yes. If you're married elsewhere, obviously that can't happen. Or if there's some sort of legal reason you cannot get married, of course they're not going to give you the marriage license. But if there's no reason like that, then you can get married at pretty much any time, anywhere. And the marriage license bureau is open from 8 a.m. to midnight every single day as well.
And it's legally bounding. So
it is legally bounding everywhere in the United States and the world.
Just like when Britney Spears just had a night of fun in Vegas and she came back married. She was married.
She was married. It was very real. Yeah.
She was married. All right.
Yeah, it's the weddings here are real. It's the marriages you got to watch out for.
Oh, I like that one. So tell me a little bit about why you feel that couples are choosing the Vegas chapel. I mean, granted, okay, let's back up for a second. We know why the couples who are there and just having a good time and haven't pre-planned why they're doing it. I mean, there's a whole rap sheet of probably why they're doing it. But what about the couples who do fly in and they are choosing the Vegas chapel? Tell me a little bit about, give me the lowdown. What are some packages and the photography and how many guests can you have, and just give it to me.
Sure. Yeah. So the way I always tell everybody is that this is probably the most run-of-the-mill chapel you'll ever see in terms of the familiarity of it all. It's just a little bit of a family gathering. You guys come here. It's a quaint little chapel. It's kind of like the jewel inside of Las Vegas, if you will. When it comes to our packages, we can do something really simple. Something for like $75 that'll just take 5 minutes, where we sign the paperwork and you guys get to go home. Or we can do a whole wedding where you guys will have your bridesmaids, the groomsmen, everybody walks down the aisle, and even that will cost less than $500. If you guys want limousine transportation, it's just a little bit more than that, and we'll drive you guys from the hotel to the chapel and back to your hotel at the end of the ceremony. And if you guys are interested in more, we have our Arts District tour and strip tour packages, which include a half hour with one of our very talented photographers touring with you guys across the strip or across the Arts District. We have a lot of little murals and locations in Las Vegas that serve as really great photo ops, and we'd like to take advantage of all of them.
And also, too, you have a lot of different types of wedding packages. I mean, just going to your website, you have the traditional, the Elvis package, your LGBTQ friendly packages. It just looks like you have vow renewals. Now, what's pretend weddings?
So a pretend wedding would be a whole ceremony without the legality of it all. So you guys we would have a couple, or maybe somebody with not a couple, or we've had a guy, quote unquote, marry his phone once because he was addicted to it, if you will. One guy brought his friends booked a wedding with him and his car because he loved his car a little too much. So it's just it's a full service wedding without the wedding portion of it. You get to get married. You don't get to be married.
Fair. I cannot wait for the part where we go over some stories, because as you're talking, I'm like, what is happening here?
I forget that this isn't average and everyday sort of deals everywhere else.
No, and that's the thing. For you, this is an everyday, all-day occurrence.
Yeah, for us, this is normal.
Yeah. I mean, how many weddings are you guys doing a day?
So on an average day, we do about 10 to 12. On weekends, it goes up to about 20 to 30. And on holidays or specialty dates, like repetitive dates, for example, last year on February 22nd, we did 122 weddings in a day.
How many?
122.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing one every 15 minutes.
Wow. That's incredible. How many guests can you have in that location? I mean,
So it actually depends on the chapel. We have three chapels that can run simultaneously here, and sometimes the couples won't even see each other. In one of our chapels, we can accommodate up to 18 people, maybe a little bit more if they're willing to stand. And in another one, we can accommodate up to 30, and again, maybe a little bit more if they're willing to stand too. Uh, we have our smaller chapel as well. It can fit up to 6 people. That one is for the quicker ceremonies. Anybody that just wants to come in, sign everything, and get down with their lives, you know.
so now speaking about only the Little Vegas Chapel and setting yourselves apart from other Vegas chapels. So for our listeners, right? Let's say you are not there just on a whim and saying you want to go get married. Let's say you're planning to come fly in and get married.
Right.
I just want to talk a little bit about why the listeners should pick your chapel over all the other chapels that are there, right? So tell me a little bit about the variety of the ceremonies that are offered in regards to size and budget. I'm just kind of curious. I kind of go down a list of questions just to ask you.
Oh, no, go for it. I welcome every question. When it comes to the variety of weddings, really, we're just kind of picking up from anything that we've already done. If somebody comes in and tells us, I want a duck to be a present in my wedding, we'll find you one, We're gonna try to accommodate everything that you guys have. If somebody wants to have like a giant, skeleton in the middle of the chapel, we'll find a way to get it to happen.
So you actually assist the request?
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty unique because I'm assuming that not every chapel does that.
So we'll put it this way: if it's doable, we'll give it a shot. If it's within our range of doability, like I won't be able to find a golden rose out of nowhere, but I'll be able to paint a red one gold, and we'll see what we can do.
I understand. I mean, we have to be very choosy with our words here, right? Because
yes,
like you said,
yeah, absolutely.
You've seen it all. So let's go back down to if it's doable or something that you're willing to do. How's that?
Yes, sir.
All right. But it sounds like you're willing to do quite a bit.
We've done a lot. We've had quite a few people come in dressed up. We've had a few requests for odd things. Some lady asked us once to marry her and a ghost. That was fun.
Was she serious, Elmer?
Yeah, she was very serious.
Okay. What's that story? What's going on there?
Yeah, it was an interesting story. She didn't pick us at the end of the day, but she did make the news, so you guys can look that article up. But no, we've had a few requests to decorate the chapel, or maybe even decorate the outside. We actually ended up with a mural outside of our chapel wall a little while ago.
But going back to the lady with the ghost, I have to revisit this. She has a ghost that she fell in love with? Is that what's happening here?
Apparently so, yeah. Love knows no boundaries from what she tells.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, apparently till death do you part isn't a thing anymore, so.
Oh, so question though. Are we legally bound here, or is this fall underneath the category of pretend weddings?
So in that case, it would be a pretend wedding for legal reasons. But the love is real,
Fair. Fair. So there's obviously a variety of themes and wedding packages that you have. Tell me a little bit about those different themes, and do you have any types of special holidays or special themes that you guys do? And do you have any stories that have to do with when it comes to as far as the different themes and maybe officiants and wedding packages that you have?
Absolutely, yeah. So every month there is a holiday, and we try to fit a wedding package to fit that theme holiday, right? So, for example, the 4th of July, we had like a fireworks theme wedding, or during Christmas this year, we have our Riding Through the Snow package. It's a little bit under $500, and it is officiated by Mrs. Claus, of all people, which is pretty great. We'll actually be in our newest chapel, which fits the most amount of people, and it just comes with a lot of little trinkets and little Christmassy deals, like a rose bouquet that is Christmas themed. We'll have the Christmas music going on. Basically anything to jingle your bells, right?
Right. Tell me a little bit about the Star Wars theme that you had.
Oh, the Star Wars theme is my favorite. We have our Star Wars Day packages. Usually we have a sand ceremony with those. I like to joke that the sand is genuinely from Tatooine. Well, last or this year, we had a land speeder waiting for our couples outside, along with a Jedi and Princess Leia, who was greeting all of our couples as they came in.
I love it. And you know what's funny is, just for the listeners too, if you hop on the Little Vegas Chapel website, they have, or you have actually, some wedding trends, and you can see some visuals and some blogs of a lot of what you're just talking about right now. So
Yes,
it may be for somebody who knows that they want to go to Vegas, do something a little different, but don't know exactly what, this is a great resource to kind of look at.
Yeah, they can spin the dial. It's honestly one of the most fun aspects of Las Vegas is that you can basically just do whatever, and you can get married if you want. Just celebrate your love. You don't even have to make it legal if you don't want to. It's just do it for fun. Celebrate what you have now, and you don't need to get married for real in the future. Also here.
And then a little bit too, on a more serious note, you talked earlier about the customer service. So all joking aside, right? I mean, well, we're not joking, but it's fun, right? But on a serious note, there is so many chapels that you can go and use if you're flying to Vegas. What is happening on the customer service side and the personal experience side that sets you apart?
Everybody here loves each other. I don't know how else to describe it other than a family. It's kind of like going to Thanksgiving, but it's a lot more pleasant when you walk into this chapel. You see everybody that you know, because we talk to all of our couples for as long as we can, as much as we can. So by the time the couples get here, they've already established a relationship with one of our coordinators, at least. And we try to make sure our photographers do the same thing and establish a relationship with every couple as they're doing the photos for their wedding. It's just a nice little family vibe.
And honestly, Elmer, I think that's with everywhere. If you have the unit and you are all really love working together and it's very cohesive, then that is going to resonate. It's just a feeling that people are going to feel.
Absolutely, yeah.
They really are going to feel that. And that in itself, you have to nurture that and foster that. And that is something that organically happens. So like you said, if it's going to be a vibe, a feeling that your couples are going to feel.
Oh yeah, 100%. I like to say that this place holds a little bit of magic, just in that even when maybe we're behind schedule or maybe something happened on the strip that's causing a big ruckus or something, there's traffic everywhere. You have the couple coming in, they're a little bit stressed, they're going to be nervous, but the moment they see that everybody here is welcoming them, taking care of them as much as they can, all that just kind of goes away. It dissipates, and it's just about the wedding, the love, and the happiness.
What we're going to do, Elmer, is we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, I would love to talk a little bit about some of your most memorable couples and the weddings that you've been part of, and maybe give some advice, but also to tell some stories.
Sure, that'd be great.
I appreciate you being here. And hey, if you like what you're hearing, I encourage you to check out our website at sarahzarella.com. And don't forget, you can actually subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening so you never miss an episode. And I would so appreciate if you left a fabulous review on Apple Podcast. Even better, share it with a friend. It's a great way to show your support. And now, let's get back to the episode. All right, well, welcome back to Wedding Secrets Unveiled podcast, friends. So before the break, we were talking with Elmer about his role and what sets the Little Vegas Chapel, what sets you apart, right? From all the other Vegas chapels that are out there, and just about Vegas itself. And, you know, we had a couple laughs, but I really want to get now into stories and to share stories with our listeners. But before we do that, can you give our listeners some advice about their special day, or if they're thinking about getting married in Vegas?
Yeah. Plan as much as you can. Make sure that you know exactly what hotel you're going to be at, you know what meals you're going to have, or what restaurants you're going to go to. Speaking of which, we work with a few restaurants. We can give you a lot of great recommendations. And just make sure you know exactly where you're going to go on your wedding day. And that way everything goes on time, regardless of the party aspect of Las Vegas. We still run on a schedule, and sometimes that schedule can get backed up, and you don't want that to really bug everything on your special day.
So, Elmer, tell me, where have you seen some memorable experiences?
Tell you what, I'll start with the nice one. I went my favorite couple ever. We had this one couple celebrating renewing their vows. They were renewing 50 years, and it was an Elvis ceremony. It was really fun. The bride was about 4'2", and she was the most adorable little thing I've ever seen in my life. And she was just like my grandma. It was really cute. Anyway, I asked her about their story, what was going on, why they chose us, all that good stuff. And she said that on their wedding day, the groom said, if we make it to 50 years, I'm going to take you to Vegas and we're going to have Elvis marry us. And on the day of their 50th anniversary, he had already packed her like wedding dress and made all of the plans and everything. And he just kind of woke her up and said, it's time for you to look pretty because we're going to go get married again. And he did it. He kept he held the promise for 50 years and he kept it.
I love that. That is one of the most special stories I've heard ever.
Isn't it cute?
Yes, it's very cute.
I love that story. It's probably my favorite couple, ever. Well, I have a lot of favorite couples. We have a few that come and get married with us every single year. They renew. We have a couple others that come by to like commemorate a memory of one of their friends or family members that got married here at some point. So like I said, it's just a big family here. At some point, the couples are going to join the family too.
What about some outrageous, typical Vegas stories?
So I'll tell you about the bridezillas that we had a little while ago, which is great.
Oh, geez. Okay.
We had one couple. They just kept telling us they were going to be bridezillas. They warned us, so it was great. They warned us that they were going to be bridezillas, and they kept telling us. They kept using that word, which was fun. They sent us like a million emails just warning us about their attitude and what they were going to do. They were going to be bridezillas, blah, blah, blah. The day that they got married, the door opens and we see two people dressed as T-Rexes walk through the door. And that's how they got married. They got legally married dressed as T-Rexes. They were our bridezillas.
So you were thinking this entire time that they're going to be bridezillas. You didn't realize that, like...
I didn't, they played a prank on us. I thought that was...
I love it. Shoot me with some more. I want to hear more stories.
Let's see.
Putting you on the spot.
One time we had a bride catch fire.
What?
Oh yeah. It was really quick, thank God. But we have a candle ceremony. So she had a very long veil behind her, and when she turned around, the candles were still lit, and the veil and the candle shared a little bit of a kiss after the couple did. And of course, the veil got excited. It heated itself up, and it caught fire. Luckily, the groom was able to pat it out really fast, and she didn't even notice. Of course, we had to send them the video afterwards so that she could.
So you said video. You mentioned video. You mentioned officiants. You mentioned photography.
Oh yeah, we did. Did I forget to mention the video? I'm sorry. We do everything. Yeah, we have a video available for anybody that wants to purchase it as well. We'll videotape every ceremony. We can also live stream the ceremonies as well if anybody wants to do that.
So there's all different types of things. So basically, we will leave with this. If you can think it and it's doable, they can do it, right?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
All right, give us one more before the wrap-up question.
Let's see. Oh, I'm having a hard time thinking. Oh, what about this? I've had several fainters. I haven't had somebody die just yet, but I've had several fainters. We had one guy, I was doing one of the aforementioned photo tours out on the Arts District. It was the middle of summer. It was 115 degrees, and this guy was wearing a three-piece suit. Also, he was a bodybuilder, about 6'2", and definitely over 200 pounds. I know because he fainted on me, and I had to pick him up.
From heat exhaustion.
From heat exhaustion. He just
wow.
Well, if you know a little bit about bodybuilders, they will dehydrate themselves to look a lot better during a show, and that's what he did. And in the 115 degrees, that wasn't the best combo. Fortunately, we got him a little bit of water. I had a water bottle on me, so he was able to drink it. We continued with the photos, and he looked amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. Like when you said it, I mean, they do dehydrate themselves, and they probably wanted to look his best on his wedding day.
Oh, absolutely. They look fantastic too. I should say that was probably one of the best looking couples I've had.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then for the wrap-up question, what are the top 3 misconceptions about Vegas weddings?
So number 1, obviously, you cannot get married drunk. That's a big one.
Oh. So wait, let's back up there for a second. Question: do you have to, if you suspect somebody drunk, do you have to give them like a breathalyzer? I mean, what can you do here? What's happening?
So it's up to the minister's discretion. The ministers are the ones that are performing the ceremony, and therefore, if something legally speaking goes through that it shouldn't, they're the ones held responsible. So it's up to their discretion if they want to perform a ceremony at the end of the day. If somebody is impaired in any way, or if they sense any sort of danger or anything like that, they're not going to do it. And that's a blanket for pretty much any minister in Las Vegas.
I'm assuming you've seen a lot of weddings not go forward because of this then.
Actually, that's not the case. I've only seen one person be needed to take aside and say, hey, you should take a break, maybe sit down for 10 minutes. Turns out he was just kind of dizzy and feeling sick. He wasn't even drinking. He was just kind of a loopy guy, if you will. He had vertigo. So.
Okay. So number 1, you cannot get married drunk.
About any other ones, there aren't really too many misconceptions about weddings themselves. That's pretty much it, if I'm being totally honest. As far as anything else I've heard, there's not too much that's outrageous in Vegas, if I'm being totally honest.
So, I mean, really, anything goes.
Pretty much.
Well, I really enjoyed having you on this week's episode of Wedding Secrets Unveiled. You really brought some entertainment to our listeners.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Can you tell our listeners a little bit about where they could find you?
Sure. They can contact us at info@thelittlevegaschapel.com. That is the quickest and easiest way to get in contact with us. They can also give us a call at 702-385-5683 if they want to book a ceremony right over the phone. Doesn't take too much, just a little bit of time.
And also, too, for our listeners, I will have all of your information on our episode show notes, which you can find on our blog and our website page, which is at sarahzarella.com/podcast. Well, thank you so much, Elmer, for joining me on this week's episode.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to Wedding Secrets Unveiled. I appreciate you being here. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, I want to tell you something. I encourage you to check out our website at sarahzarella.com. We love photographing while having fun, of course. Check out our podcast page on our website for our show notes along with upcoming episodes with your local wedding experts. Listen in as we help you plan your epic event. And don't forget that you can actually subscribe to this podcast wherever you are listening so you never miss an episode. I would so appreciate if you left a review for us on Apple Podcasts. Even better, share it with a friend. It's a great way to show your support and let us know what you think. If you know any wedding experts that would like to be a guest, we have a link directly on our website where they can let us know. Thank you for listening.